This is going to be my video where I go through and look back to my favorites from November of 2012 and see if they are still my favorites, if I've replaced them with something, that kind of thing. So starting off, the first thing that I mentioned was the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, and the shade that I had then was Medium Plus because I picked that up at a CCO, so that was about 2 shades darker than what I normally pick up, and I had been using that. I picked it up over the summer and it seemed to match a little bit during the summer, but then you know, you lose your tan in the fall, and that's what happened. So I started using it as a contour and kind of bronzing around my face, and that worked wonderfully. I still love that powder. I'm actually working through quite a few powders right now, so I can go and purchase that one again, but in the right shade. The shade that I normally pick up is Light Plus. So anyway, I don't have that one to show you since I have finished it up. The next item was the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Brightening Eye Perfector, and I had the shade Buff, and that is just one of those clicky pen, like the twisty pen, under eye concealer brightening kind of item that you use underneath your eyes and sort of brighten around the face a little bit. And I don't have that one, I have since finished it up, but I do have 2 other ones that I do enjoy for that purpose. So this one right here, this is the Lorac Touch Up To Go concealer, but it's also a foundation pen, so that's the cool thing about this. I think I picked this up at Sephora for like $7, and this is in the shade CF5. So it has a little foundation brush on the end, and you click the end and a little bit of product comes out. So this is obviously a little bit more orange than my skin tone, as you can see right there, and so that's perfect for underneath the eye area to kind of cancel out the blue tones that I have under there. The other item that I use for brightening is this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I highly suggest this concealer. This is amazing. I have the shade Light 2, which is vanilla, and just for reference, I am about NW10 during the winter time and NW15, NW20 during the summer with MAC. So I picked up Light 2, and this is perfect for just, you know, brightening right up underneath the eye area, down the center of the face a little bit, anywhere that you need, that your face naturally has shadows that you want to brighten up. I highly recommend this. This is the second one of these that I've had, and I would definitely purchase a third one after that's finished up. Okay, and then the next item, I had this Urban Decay Feminine Palette that I mentioned, and I think I had just picked this up. If I remember, I'll try and link that video down below if I haven't deleted it. So it comes with these 6 shades here. The Skimp shade right here, this is in the new Urban Decay Basics palette, the second one, and that's the kind of the only light shade with any sort of shimmer. That's what that one is there. And then I used a little bit of this palette to get ready today. I used Bordello and AC/DC getting ready, and a tiny bit of Lost right in the outer corner. So I love this palette. I actually haven't used it for a couple months because I've been cycling through with my weekly makeup baskets, but I'm definitely going to pull this guy out and start using it again. I really love this palette. So I think a little bit ago Urban Decay had this on sale on their website, so there are some swatches for you. I mean, the pigmentation is fabulous. So you can do a neutral eye with that palette. You can do more of like a colorful summery look with it as well. And I started talking about the Jordana Fabuliner. Now, I used to love this. This used to be my holy grail liquid felt tipped pen liner from the drugstore. Now, I don't know what they've done with this, but they have done something completely different. Now, this isn't very bendable, and it just bends right at the base right here. That's the only part of this felt liner that bends, so it doesn't feel like the product's getting all the way down to the tip, and the tip actually dries out before I'm finished with one eye. So I just barely opened this up maybe a week and a half ago, and I already feel like it's dead because it's not applying liner to my eyes like it should be and like it used to. So this is a really big fail for me, and I'm really bummed out about this. You guys have no idea how bummed out I am about that. For a replacement, obviously I do like the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, but that one, it tends to dry down to a shiny finish on my eye, and I just don't like the shiny look for my black eyeliner. I have two other options here. This is the Jessie's Girl liquid liner, and this one is actually a brush tip. So maybe you can see that. This is a very nice liner. I highly recommend this. This is about $6.99 to $7.99 at the drugstore. Rite Aids carry these, or you can obviously get it on the Jessie's Girl website. I also recommend this Physicians Formula eyeliner. What is this one called? Eye Booster? It's a 2-in-1 lash boosting eyeliner and serum. This is in Ultra Black. This was actually sent to me by one of my subscribers. If I remember, I'll link her down below. But yeah, I tried it out today. I like the line. It's extra black. I think it's highly pigmented, and I do think that this is a nice replacement for this guy, except the fact that this was $1.99 at the drugstore and these are $9.99. So that's the bummer part about that whole eyeliner situation. I mentioned the MAC Sheen Supreme lipstick in the shade Supreme Style. Now I have finished that one up. This is the closest thing that I have in my collection, and it's not anywhere close. That was more of like a nude coral kind of shade. This is the closest one that I have in my collection. I actually can't read the name because it's stamped right over the name, so I will try and look that up and I'll leave that down below if I figure out what lipstick this is. But anyway, the Sheen Supreme lipsticks, they smell lovely, sort of like orange dreamsicles. They smell absolutely fabulous, but the only thing is you have to be careful with them, because if you put one or two too many swipes on your lips and you get a little bit in your mouth, they taste absolutely horrible. So just, you know, use the Sheen Supreme sparingly. The next lipstick that I talked about was this one right here. This is the NARS lipstick in the shade Damage. It's what's on my lips right now. It is a very sheer kind of grape shade, I would call it. That's it right there. You can sheer it out. It's buildable to a certain degree, so I kind of built it up a little bit on my lips so it matched more of what's in the tube. It's more of like a mauve grape shade, so that's it. I really love the NARS lipsticks. They don't have any scent to them, and they don't have any taste either, so that's a plus. I do have another, I wouldn't call this a dupe, but it's pretty close. It's in the same color family. This is the MAC lipstick. It is a luster, and it's in the shade Syrup. And I picked this one up, oh, I don't know, a couple months after the NARS one. This one, obviously, it has a little bit more pink to it in certain lights, but you know, you're putting it over your pink lips, so it's going to be a little bit different than the swatch. They are quite similar, but Syrup does have a little bit more of a pinky tone to it, as you can see side by side. This is Damage and this is Syrup. And in the tubes, they're a little bit different as well as on my hand. So those are the swatches. The next item was the Oscar Blondie Texture and Volume Spray. Now, I had a love-hate relationship with that product because I loved what it did for my hair. It gave great texture, but it smelled so bad. It made me want to throw up every single time that I used it. I had to hold my breath when I used it, so I just picked this up for my birthday recently. This is the L'Oreal Boost It High Lift Creation Spray. This gives instant lift and fullness. So this stuff is pretty cool. And I think it's nice. It does leave a little bit of a texture to your hair. You can kind of feel it in your hands when you kind of rub your fingers through your hair, but it's not too bad. Just don't spray too much, and I don't think it's, you know, a horrible product. I think it's kind of nice, actually. I usually tease my hair, and this kind of takes some of that extra work out of the picture, so I don't have to tease as much when I use this product, so I really do like this. I especially like this on freshly washed hair. I mentioned the Arcona Magic White Ice Hydrate. I have finished that up. I really like that because it seemed like it was a very lightweight texture, but I would put it on at nighttime, and my skin, I would wake up and my skin felt super hydrated and moisturized in the morning. So I have since finished that one up, and I went back to my good old Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. They have reformulated this, and now it's, I think, Dramatically Different Moisturizing Plus or something. but I haven't had any issues with the new formulation. I haven't broken out yet, and I mean, this is just a holy grail item for me, so I do love this. If you haven't tried it out yet, I highly suggest that. And then I also mentioned the Arcona Toner T-Bar, and I had this in a project pan earlier this year. I just finally finished it up. But I would use that when I had breakouts, and if I used it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in the shower, my skin would clear up after 3 or 4 days. Now, I haven't repurchased that. I would like to eventually, but I keep spacing it. So what I've been using is either one of these separately, or I will use them in combination with each other. So this is the Clinique Clarifying Lotion. This is in the number 1, which is for extremely dry skin. I think it's very dry to dry skin. So you can get 1, 2, or 3. I think 2 is dry to normal skin or dry to combination skin. And then the third one's for oily skin. So this is really nice. It's just a toner. They call it a clarifying lotion, just so you're aware. If you go in there asking for their toner, they might look at you funny. And then the other item is this Clearasil On The Go Ultra Rapid Action Wipes, and these have 2% salicylic acid in them. It seems like if I use 1 or 2 of these wipes, they look like a makeup wipe, but they have the medication, the acne medication in them. So if I use 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of these, like 4 days in a row, it will clear up my skin and I don't have problems with it anymore. So these are really nice, and these are cheap at the store too. I think these are like $3.98 at the drugstore or at Walmart. And then the final item I mentioned were my sweater tights, and I actually haven't unboxed those since I moved into this house, but I do have these out, and I've worn these 1 or 2 times so far. These are my leggings, so I just put these on with some boots and some skinny jeans or some leggings, and I love them. So anyway, those were my favorites from 2012 in November, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go over and check out my giveaway. If I remember, I'll link that down below too, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.